Good evening. My name is Coach Rogers, and I teach United States history and world history at Marietta High School. Tonight, before we get started, if you will, just grab your phone and open it up to the camera app and scan in this QR code. It's going to send you directly to a Google form. In that Google form, I'm going to ask you to leave me your email address, your name, and your student's name. So one, we can have record that you were here, and B, in the event that I need to contact you directly, I'll have your email address. Here is my email address. It is progers@marietta-city.k12.ga.us. You can pause it to write this down if you need to. But again, it's progers@marietta-city.k12.ga.us. My virtual office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. and 2 o'clock to 4:30 p.m. If you ever need me during those hours, please use that email address to contact me directly. And we also have Fridays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. All right, so to log into Schoology, you need to go to www.marietta.schoology.com and click in the login in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Click the SSO login in the lower right-hand corner of the box and type in Marietta High School. Find the school code with that big long number, or they tell us to find Marietta High School with the green arrow. Click login. And to get into Schoology, you're going to want to use your Marietta Schools Gmail account, which is your lunch number at marietta-schools.net. And then your password is going to be your 8-digit birthday. So once you get into Schoology, you are going to get on my landing pages, and to the left we have U.S. history, and on the right we have world history. I picked my 4A class. So over here to the left for U.S. history, you can click on this U.S. history folder, and you're going to see three things. You're going to see the course information and orientation page, to where you can find my teacher information page, my email address, my schedule, my office hours like you saw earlier. You're also going to see this U.S. history course structure folder, and you're also going to see a Zoom link. That's true for both world history and U.S. history. So once you click on this U.S. history course structure page, that's where you're going to see all of the folders that you're going to need for our U.S. history or for your world history class. They're going to be in the order that we teach them. And then once you click on, let's say, Unit 9 Modern U.S. History, it's going to take you to all the assignments, the notes, the PowerPoints that you're going to need for that unit. Same thing is true with world history. Click on Unit 1 and they're divided down into lessons. So if you have, again, any information about how to access this Schoology or how to find some of these files, please email me at the email address I gave you earlier. Once we log into Zoom, please be aware that live sessions may be recorded. Prior to each recorded session, students are going to be notified that the session is going to be recorded. So please understand, video and audio recordings are not to be downloaded, duplicated, or otherwise distributed by persons viewing this content. Students and other persons who may access class recordings are directed to abide by this expectation. So the class expectations in general are, and I tell my students all the time, is that this is just like we're in a normal classroom. Your behavior should be just like you were sitting in my classroom at H220 on H Hall in Marietta High School. Come prepared and come ready to learn every single day. Come prepared to discuss. We're going to talk a lot. And it is very different to discuss in this virtual learning environment than it is in the classroom. So I need you to be accountable, and I need your students to be accountable, and be prepared every single day to come into class. Appropriate class behavior is expected. When you log in, please be in a distraction-free, quiet environment. Background noise is super distracting to the teacher. So once you come in, make sure that your audio is on mute. And that your video is on. If you want to speak to me, just please raise your hand and I'll click on you. You can also send me a private chat, or you can send a chat to everyone in the classroom. Just understand that you're going to need a pencil or a pen and some paper, just like we were in class, to write down some notes. Or I often provide Google Documents within class that you can take notes directly into it as we're talking and discussing and working on some of our assignments. All right, the methods of assessments in my classes. All right, so on the left-hand column, this is true for both classes for fall semester. You're going to have your formative assessments that are going to be broken down, or it's going to be worth 70%. Formative assessments means classwork, homework, quizzes, and daily grades. And then 30% of your grade is going to come from summative assessments, meaning unit tests and projects. Now, if you jump over here to the right-hand side of the page, spring assessments, this is only going to be true for U.S. history. For the milestones is going to count for 20% of their final grade. And what this is the end of course state mandated test in U.S. history. We're going to take it towards the end of April, beginning of May, and that test is going to be worth 20% of your student's final grade. And then the course is going to be broken down even further into summatives being 20% and your formatives being 60%. And that, again, I can't tell you enough that this is only for U.S. history. I get these questions all the time. World history, folks, you do not have to take an end of course test in world history. This is only for U.S. history, this milestones test. So again, in the fall, we're all over here. We're all on the same page at 70-30. In the spring, only U.S. history is going to be broken down 20, 20, 60. World history, you're still going to be at 70-30. All right, academic dishonesty. Please just don't cheat and our lives will be easier. But what that is copying and pasting, paraphrasing, really into somebody else's words, will result in a 0 for the assignment. Cheating occurs at any time a student asks, receives, has access to, offers unauthorized help on any assignment, any classwork, homework, projects, tests, quizzes, anything like that. Cheating is considered inexcusable and you will be dealt with strictly. A student will receive a 0 on the assignment and the parent and administrator will be notified of the event. So now that we're talking about grades, let's get to this last little point. Your grades this year count. All right, they count. Please be aware that this is not last spring and your students will be held accountable for not doing their work. Anything that we assign in class and we say we're going to assign a grade to it, you will get a grade for, or you won't, if you don't turn it in. You will be given 0s in Aspen. You will be given missings in Aspen until that grade is turned in or the assignment is turned in. Both 0s and missings will negatively impact your grade. So again, your grades count. We cannot stress that enough. Please do the work. Please be accountable. And I know it can be tough over this virtual learning period, but stay with us and we will see you soon enough face-to-face in the classroom. And that about wraps up the presentation for tonight. Again, if you have any questions for me at all whatsoever, please contact me at that email address I gave you earlier. We can resolve it over email or we can get on a Zoom meeting together and I'll share my link with you and I can give that to you and we can hop on a Zoom and talk face-to-face virtually. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of the night. I'm Coach Rogers and thank you for joining me tonight.